injuries, and how to overcome them. Ooh, maybe there's nothing we can do about that guy, but let's dig into some issues we can do something about.
Yeah, baby!
What's up, motivators? Welcome back. It's Kevin. This is Pure Bullfit. Today, we have possibly my most member-requested video to date. How the hell do I manage to train around and through my laundry list of physical injuries and disabilities? Well, let me tell you, it takes a little bit of dedication, a lot of focus, some education, and grip it and rip it, pheasants! You only live once. Jesus, with that attitude, you'll only lift once. First off, I want to make this abundantly clear. I am not a doctor, and this video does not constitute medical advice. I am not going to diagnose you. I am not trying to treat you for any injury or condition that you may have. This is what I learned and what I do to circumvent and navigate around and through the physical limitations that I have. If you're hurt, see a doctor. Now, as I was saying, the biggest contributing factor was the professional help I received from East Coast, West Coast strength and conditioning. Scott Brangle out of Southern California is extremely knowledgeable, and he helped me an enormous amount. But I don't live in Southern California anymore, and best believe if I did, I'd be training there still. So what do? I try and take the lessons that I learned there and from other resources and employ them every single day. But when you get down to it, honestly, it's all pretty basic. So let's take a look at some of the concepts that I utilize in order to stay as able as possible and make the progress that I have. I stretch and I work on mobility. Static stretching is not popular pre-workout these days, but I do find if I do it before I warm up, I experience significantly less back spasms. With as many as I have, I'm often too stiff to move through a full range of motion anyway if I don't stretch out. This doesn't work for everybody, but for me, it's a must. The stretching, not the pooping.
Oh, that's not right. No.
Alleviate lower back pain and stiffness, I do the Cobra yoga pose seen here for 2 to 3 minutes a day, morning and night, even if I don't do any other yoga at all during the day. Now, warming up. Yeah, it's pretty standard and everyone knows they should do it, so why aren't you? Raising your core temperature and preparing your nervous system for exertion can make the difference between a bad and a good workout. Draw the line between a successful one and completely missing your top set. I use gear. No, not that gear. With all the issues that I have, sleeves, belts don't so much add a few pounds to my big lifts as they literally hold me together. If something makes you work out and hurt less and recover faster, that just makes sense. But that's not raw! Shut the hell up and let people put in work, you insufferable training troll. On a particularly bad pain day, I'm simply not going to be able to use the primary variation of a given exercise. An adaptation has to be made. Enter the SSB bar or the decline bench press. If my elbows or shoulders are killing me, having grip issues, the bar allows me to still squat relatively heavy. If my back's too sore to arch or brace properly, the decline bench takes the pressure off. While a different bar path, it's close enough to transfer over. I am a firm believer in submaximal training. You'll see a lot of it with folks like Omar Isuf, and even his haters have to admit his progress has been rock solid for many years. I make use of them when my joints are inflamed or I feel like 90% or more intensity would aggravate them and put me out of training for a while. The increased time under tension and not relying on elastic reflex more than makes up for the lower weight, in my opinion. Concept, respect the range of motion. Pain shouldn't be ignored, and moving a joint through its fullest range of motion possible is important. These aren't opposing ideas. I move through as much a range of motion as I am able to with little to no pain, and that's enough. The ranges of motion from first rep to last rep here took me about 2 years and a lot of assistance from guys like Scott Brangle in order to accomplish. Now, you could bail out halfway through and try and convince folks that there's only one safe level to squat to, like this bullshit artist here, but training a joint through its full range of motion is not only better for your body, it builds more muscle. Sorry, Joel, wrong again. That brings us to skill work, which is also important. Someone in my position can't afford a rep to go wrong in any significant way, so working on form submaximally may hurt my ego, but it serves me best in the long run. Here we can see I'm working on my deadlift again, as I said in previous videos, and it's clear there is a lot of work left to do. No point bitching about it, just get to it. Finally, know when to call it a day. It sucks, but when something feels wrong, sometimes it's better to stop altogether. Shoulder feel unstable, back tweaking with every rep. Better to come back tomorrow and try again than wreck yourself today for pride's sake. You're gonna have good days. Maybe it's not today. Guys, when you're training with chronic pain or persistent injuries, very few days are gonna be optimal. And that sucks. And it's not fair, but very little in life is. The key is to do the best that you can, every time that you can, and not to give yourself any shit for what you legitimately can't do. Consistency is king, not one killer workout. Approach training sensibly with proper intention, and I think you're gonna be amazed what you can do. All right, guys, those are some of the concepts that I use to train through and around some of my physical disabilities. But before we go, I wanted to share a word from our sponsor. Now, I know what you're thinking. I said I'd never take on a fitness-related sponsor, and I meant it at the time, but I just met this incredibly compelling individual who makes a lot of sense, and I really feel like once you meet them and hear what they have to say, you'll think they make sense too. Hi, I'm David S. Plumpkin, and you might not know this looking at me, but I used to be a 400-pound county fair prize winner. But after my glory days were over and the competitions were through, I realized I needed to squash one last problem: my weight. These days, I'm not serving humble pie to my competitors so much as on the lookout for those carving their way through all the bullshit and the propaganda, trying to help people live better quality, longer lives. It's hard to know who's going to give you reliable information and good support. People like the Damn Collective, Alan and Crystal Roberts and their team of coaches, who provide daily contact, weekly video chats, programming, nutritional advice, constant support, and a positive environment designed to help you become independent of services like that or others so that you can live a longer, better quality life. And boy, what a gourd deal it is. But it's hard to know who to trust. And that's why I'm here, to tell you who you can trust. Because you trust me, right? So if you've got 50 to 100 pounds to lose, want to improve your relationship with food, or just need a positive environment to thrive, consider checking out the link below. Spooky! Orange, you glad you met me now? Alright guys, that's the video for today. Please forgive the silly commercial. We saw this thing at Spirit on sale. Apparently nobody wanted to buy them. I can't figure out why. I was absolutely too tempted to pass it up. If you liked the video, like the video. If you didn't like the video, click dislike. Either way, let me know in the comments below. If you want to see more of this content and you're not yet subscribed, I think you know what to do. But until I see you guys in the next video, go fit yourself.
Yeah, baby.